well. Against Canada, he had 7 attack points. So that could be one of the difference makers for this team.
Pavel Berkovich is the first referee. Ha-Yun Sung is the second. Katarzyna Sokol, the challenge referee. Stanislav Simic is the third referee. Who knows how busy those third referees and challenge referees will be. And the third referee, Simic, tosses the ball to Asparuhov. And he's ready to put it in play. He's got 1 ace so far in the Volleyball Nations League, so they just look for him to get the ball over the net. It is game time in Gdańsk. Rob Snook alongside Key Michael with Matt Prosser. It is Bulgaria in red serving China in the light blue. China attacking, and Tatarov and Grozdanov too good at the net on the block.
You talked about it, Grozdanov, one of the big blockers for Bulgaria, gets really aggressive with his hands. I think Wen thinking he could do a little something more with that to go off the side.
So right back into the hands of Asparuhov. Yu sets it up, and it is absolutely ripped by the super athletic Yu Huan Tai on the outside hitter position.
This is what China have to continue to do. This overload forces the blockers to hang with the middle. That's how you get one-on-ones. They got to continue to get that ball in hand so they can work that kind of offense.
3 aces in the VNL for Hugh. Take from Bulgaria is good enough to get a point, or is it? Yes, in the end it is.
For Bulgaria, it's early days in this match, but keeping in mind they play Poland in Poland tomorrow, so whether they go 3, 4, or 5 sets actually makes a big deal.
Right. Good point. Alex Grozdanov, only playing in his 2nd week of the VNL. So the setter is out here, so Asparuhov sets it for Alex. Good pick up at the net by Petkov. Alex got a full swing on it there. And now he gets it off the block, does Alex Nikolov, but it's points scored China. They're fighting here. That's what their coach wants. Fight till you cramp.
That's an aggressive way of putting it, but I think I like it. He's saying, hey, it doesn't matter what the score is, just I want to see you gritty.
Li Yongzhen, the 26-year-old middle blocker, here he comes. And ripped off the antenna, and Bulgaria saying it went off the block and then the antenna, so they're going to challenge this call.
Oh, great call, great challenge. I think that was the blocker's hands that took the antenna with him.
Might well have been.
And this is going to be important to keep an eye on as well. We talked about Nikolov and his brother Nikolov being almost telepathic in their connection. So if this connection stays hot with the new setter Palev on court, that's going to be key in whether or not Bulgaria have success.
So officially, it's a antenna touch challenge from Bulgaria.
And Nikolov just going over there, speaking of his brother, just going to have a chat with him while he's got a moment.
Interesting to me that Moni Nikolov is not starting. Oh yeah, it's definitely the hands of the blocker. I mean, Alex Nikolov would have had a pretty good idea. Was it Alex? Yeah, who hit the antenna. Here's Tatarov. Played in Italy last year. Good block from Bulgaria. They come again. China with G. Here comes Alex Nikolov off hands. Kept alive China. Good defense by them. And then good offense by number 1, Wen Shihua.
Wen's been one of the go-tos for China, and that's why he has such great angles on him. You see how 3 blockers are up, taking away his line, and then a little bit of his cross. He finds a really sharp shot behind them.
So Wen getting a chance to be in the starting lineup. He came off the bench to score 13 in their first game against the Olympic champions, France. Here comes Bulgaria through the middle, and Petkov.
think Bulgaria can use this as a chance to work on different areas of the net. So first off, right here, getting that back straight to the middle. They've got a couple of back rows coming in, but utilizing different zones of the net.
Really good serve, but China manages to get it up and then manages to get it down from Ji Dao-shu.
I think the challenge for Bulgaria, and Coach mentioned it in his interview, is China is a good team. You don't necessarily see it in the results. They're on a 6-7 match losing streak, but they are definitely a team that can fight.
That is what their coach is asking. Oh, that was so close to catching the corner. At least it looked like that from this angle, probably a little further out. Ilya Petkov, 28-year-old, heading to play in Italy. His serve is good. Overpass, opportunity, attacking is Gazdanov, finishing.
Yeah, already I like the way that Palev is playing. He's gotten his middle going a couple of times, and they're pushing it. So you see China's middle kind of hanging there in the center of the court. That's an open space between two blockers.
Good up from Chu. And then the block is out off of Asparuhov and Grozdanov.
Clever swing from Wen in the back court. Last time we saw him go really sharp angle. This time he's testing the block in front of him.
Ball in the hands of Peng Shou-kyu. Spent some time playing at Paris Volley. Middle attack, too hot to handle from Grozdanov, who's familiar to Polish fans playing in the Plus League at Lublin.
Yeah, that team that won the Plus League, he was a big part of that. He has such range when he's able to, like we mentioned, push it from the setter.
Speaking of setters, Perlov puts that one into the net. Well, you definitely have a different look with Perlov, who not too many setters are as tall as Moni Nikolov, but he stands 1.88 m, does Perlov, 6'2". He's not tiny, but big swing from Alex Nikolov, and he loved the set from Perlov.
Again, the different areas on the court are starting to get opened up. So now that the middle has tugged the blockers from the other side, Nikolov has a wide open channel from the back court.
Nice congratulations too to his player, Asparuhov. Now, Bulgaria's got a chance here, and they go through the middle on that quick again. Grozdanov ripping it. He's really gotten involved. Leading scorer in the match.
That's okay. And my feeling is he's playing first tempo against you all the time now. Yeah, so already first or first tempo. It's all the time first tempo on you. Yeah, when he has a chance. I mean, for the rest, okay. How do we need to put up the serve pressure slowly? For you to ensure you can do one spin sometimes.
I was trying to have a look there at what Vital Heinen was saying to his players, and I think he grabbed his middle and said, look, they're playing first tempo over you every time that they can. Li Yongshen, 2 meters, but I feel as though he's one of the smaller blockers out there in comparison on China's roster in terms of middles.
Nice little push here by Bulgaria. Here comes Asparuhov. Good pickup from Chu. And that gave his setter an opportunity to set up Wen, and he makes no mistake.
Yeah, now China using a little bit of mismatch in height. That's it off, getting higher than you might think from his size, but Wen getting a little advantage through the hands.
Here comes Yu, the outside hitter, really ripping it. Good job by Bulgaria. And that goes block out. Smart play by Tatarov.
Bulgaria getting all the hitters involved already. Seems like everyone's had a go at least once already.
Goes down off the captain. Sends it at Hugh. And I think we got a net touch here. We do on Bulgaria and number 3, Petkov.
I'm going to keep an eye on where this next ball goes because I think Asparov is the only one on Bulgaria's side that hasn't yet gotten a set. Gets one now.
Yeah, we'll see. Nice distribution. Lee Hong-shan, the middle blocker. Good serve, and it's an ace. Bulgaria was all pulled in tight. Nobody ready for that.
Look at where Bulgaria were standing. They were almost on the 3-meter line, and this ball goes all the way back to the end line. The scouting report must say something about this server liking to put it short.
Here he comes again. Lee Hong-shan. Well, that was not at all in the game plan. Georgi Tatarov. Really bringing the pressure, the servers in this one. Petkov doing good work up at the net. Ball kept up. Who's going to swing? It was Tatarov. Here comes China. The blocking is there. Nikolov and Petkov rise to the challenge.
Excellent movement from Petkov. He's a little low on the net there. But he goes straight over it.
Tatarov, 2 aces in the VNL this year. That's not what he was going for, obviously. So already the double switch being executed here by China. Down a couple points. Bringing in setter Wang Hu Bin and bringing in opposite Jiang Chuan. Comes the back row attack, and the block is too good from Peng.
Have a look at this front court of China and tell me where the last place you want to swing is. It's right into number 15. It's the tallest guy on the court. You gotta avoid him.
2 meters 8, 6'10". The back row attack, and he's shut down again by Peng on Asparuhov's swing.
Well, there's that distribution we talked about. We were waiting for Asparov to get his go, but Peng didn't even have to move, and he's such a big guy and has such good court awareness, just makes one little step.
Another serve coming for Wang Hu Bin. China's tied the game. Here's Alex Nikolov off hands. Kept alive China. Will they get a swing at this? They're going to get a point out of it and take the lead as Bulgaria scrambling.
Langini just hanging the head. This was a head scratcher for sure. The joust of the table. Coming, scrambling off 2 body parts.
Timeout call. Bulgaria down 13-12.
Hey, you must play. Don't play with power. You must play smart in this ball. Not stronger and strong. If you are stronger to win with this, the ball stay there, you touch the net. After this, with not perfect ball. Number 15, he is high, you know? It's better to serve something.
Well, pretty similar advice there that I gave the team, although they can't hear me, is don't swing into number 15. He barely has to move.
Yeah, don't do that. Nikolov that time goes block out, exactly what he wanted to do.
Yeah, that one better, a bit better of an angle on it from Nikolov. He's coming from the outside, cuts it just in, and again, he's going against the smaller blocker in number 2. It's a good choice.
Alex Nikolov serving, took a little off it. Wang the back set, And it is ripped out of bounds with no touch on the block.
I like that set. A little craftiness, it's inside, and that's why that ball ends up drifting long.
Here comes Alex. Back row attack, picked up by Kolev. Asparuov, no approach, but he got a good swing on it. Another chance for China. And they waiting for the signal. It is out of bounds. Referee Pavel Berkowitz had us all guessing.
Luckily, he doesn't have to guess because he's got it right on his tablet, but the players have gotten so used to looking up at the ref for an immediate call. No touch was called.
Timeout called China. Don't forget, China won a set off of France to begin the week, so they have tasted some success. They've just had a hard time putting it all together. Here comes 21-year-old Alexander Nikolov. Feels like he's been around forever. What a serve, but it's up. Chu's gonna bump it up to the net, and they tool the block. Nicely done by Ji Daoshu.
That's what China have got to do all match long. They've got a mismatch in terms of height and blocking, so it's got to be clever swings just like that turn down the line and out.
There is the man who just scored the point on the serve, Ji. Nikolov from the back row, ripping it cross court.
Finds himself with two blockers, but look how high he's contacting that ball. Almost over the block.
This was a good rotation for Bulgaria earlier with Petkov serving. And ripped by Jiang.
Now with China, it's the 1-2 punch. Number 1 and number 2 are the top scorers, so Bulgaria have to know at all times where those two players are and put two blockers up on them.
Into the game as a substitute, Wang Bin, the 24-year-old, who's got 5 aces in this VNL season. Good up from Bulgaria. They attack through Grozdanov, who gets his 5th point of the match.
Grozdanov has been available every single time. And look where the ball is. It's from off the net, about 3 meters. He's still up early, shows that window to his setter, opens up his shoulder, becomes available.
Stoyopelov, the setter. He's going to do the setting now for Asparuov, who's dug. Yu is blocked, but it drops down at the feet of the Bulgarian players, Tatarov among them.
Crafty as ever. Yu recognizing that if he times this just right, the blockers are still on their way up. That speed, I think, is key for the Chinese offense.
Yeah, gotta be quick, don't they? Jiang Chuan, the captain. Best scorer in the VNL back in 2018. More substitutions for Team China. Coming back into the game to set is Yu Yaochen. Asparuov, his team up by 2. Opening set in Gdańsk, and he's just missed it. Good idea.
You kind of get the feeling that this is a match for Bulgaria where they can't really afford to make those kind of errors. They're going to allow China to stay in and play with them. I'd love to see them just rely on their block defense a bit more.
There's Yu, such a dynamic player for China.
Oh,
Nice idea, but it's kept alive by China. Good defense, and they'll get the point. The block error off of Georgi Tatarov.
Blangini not happy about it. But China are playing well. Again, they're using the block, pushing off hands, not swinging blindly into the bottom of it.
Yu comes again. That's another great serve. Asparuhov is going to bump it over. Free ball chance, China, to take the lead. And they commit the unforced error. Xi puts it out of bounds.
That's a hard pill to swallow if you're China. You get the free ball. They force the free ball for themselves. Get a one-on-one, you have to score that.
Goes Danov. And that's just too hot to handle through the middle, and Lee.
And here's the balance we're always talking about. That serve just way too soft. And Lee just has so much space available to him, and he's fast. He's high and hitting hard.
Here he comes serving. Taken overhand, and then Nikolov couldn't quite finish. And that's gonna score for China. They're feeling it now, inching back into the lead. Blangini calls the timeout. A little frustrated. Let's see if we can listen in.
Because we are playing too much clean. Okay, when we have snap ball, high ball, transition, okay, play with block, okay, and not only out of block because they are like the Japanese, okay, strong ball, okay, and also with ball close to the net. They are using us waiting. Don't jump too early in slow ball because they are playing with ends.
A lot of information there from Blangini, but pretty much exactly what we were talking about. The Bulgarian side have to be disciplined in their block, but they're being used by a Chinese side that's smart. They recognize what skills they have, and it's ball control.
All right, here comes Lee. Sends that one deep, so that's not going to do it. Moni Nikolov coming into the game. He's going to take the ball to serve. See how much he puts into this. He's been warming up constantly on the sidelines. I've been watching like he's been chomping at the bit. 20-20 opening set. He's the kind of player who can make a difference from the end line. And it is the blocking of Bulgaria that helps out. I think Nikolov's serve put China on its heels a little.
Yeah, Nikolov, one of those players who has the green light to go for it from the service line, and that's exactly why. Getting China out of system, then they're trying to force something to the right side. The block really well disciplined.
So now he's the only setter on the floor. Oh, there it is. I told you he could make a difference from the end line.
Moni Nikolov is not just a setter, he is a difference maker. Targeting the left hand of Q there. Looking for a seam. We've seen him have nights where he's had 4 ace serves. Can he do it again?
Buckle up, here he comes. Nice pickup from Chu that time. Sent across, and Xi's gonna score it. Off the high hands.
That was an important side out for China. You had a feeling that Bulgaria could just run with that wind under their sails once Moni's back on court. Had to slow it down.
Here comes Wen Shihyu. And he wanted to help, as in Moni wanted help from Petkov or Entov, but they didn't realize it.
That's tough. Look how far he's coming from in the back court, so he's already run that little bit of distance. And he's thinking there's surely someone there who can get a better touch on the ball than me sprawling out from this side, but he had to call that earlier.
Yeah, and maybe his normal 18-year-old self, when he's fully healthy, gets to that. But
yeah.
He makes this set for his brother. Alex can't score it. Here's a chance for China, triple block Bulgaria. They come back with Xi, pushed up by Petkov. Moni sends it to Alex. Scrambled to the net and stays down. Peng tried to get it all in one.
Oh, Peng getting a little bit greedy there. That's a great defensive effort by the Chinese side, and you felt like that could have been a well-earned point and get a little bit of momentum, but hold it down into the net.
Alex Nikolov, ready to go. Chu does well to get behind that. And pancake dig, here's Asparuov, that's gonna score. China's gonna challenge. They think the ball was down on the Bulgaria side. They might well be right.
How do you like that pancake from Damian Kolev? He's calling it up immediately, and if this point does go Bulgaria's way, that's a libero's point.
Oh yeah, big time.
Well, they had to challenge it. Vital Heinonen couldn't allow this momentum to keep rolling over. And
at set point.
Yeah. It's a great defensive effort, though, by Kolev.
Well, waiting to see if the ball touched the floor or not. All 6 camera crews will try to make that determination here in mere moments. Vital Heinonen and Gian Lorenzo Bongini also waiting in anticipation, as is Pavel Berkowitz, the first referee. And it did hit the ground. There's no hesitation and no doubt in the referee's mind, but Kolev and Bulgaria still thought that it was kept up. Bulgaria, one of these teams that alternates their liberos in and out. Bozhelov now comes in. So, look at this. Instead of 22-24, it's 23 all. Big ripper of a swing on the right side from Venislav Antov, the opposite, who's just come into the game the last few minutes.
Yeah, that's a bold swing by Antov. A little bit of an undersized player, but he recognizes the block of China is reaching. They're not expecting that ball to go in. That's why they're late.
Here's Petkov, as in Preslav Petkov. Nikolov's got this one up. And he's got this one down, Alexander Nikolov. And the first set goes the way of Bulgaria, 25-23.
It's poetry that final ball is from Nikolov to Nikolov, because we talked about that connection being so important. And if he's not in there the entire match, when he is in, he's going to make sure he does his darndest to set his brother.
Yeah, he does. I think he sets whoever he thinks is the best play. Which is often Alex Nikolov, no matter who the setter is.
Have a look at the stats here. 8 errors given up by China. That's something that's standing out to me. Bulgaria playing a little bit cleaner. Everything else pretty much neck and neck. So again, it's not that China is doing anything terribly worse or Bulgaria doing anything drastically better. China is always there in the conversation with teams. They just missed that little something at the end. Here's a little look at Bulgaria's attack zone. 60% they are using that outside area of the court. A little bit of that is through the middle as well, that sort of right on the seam there. Those were some of those quick pushes to the middle. They technically end up in the outside attacking zone, quote unquote, but they're just really heavily relying on the front of the setter on their side of the court. The challenge for Bulgaria right now is to not think this set is done and dusted, or this match is done. I think China are a team that can absolutely continue to put pressure, and they're not worried about results. We talked about that in the beginning, is that for them it's a process. So every single point is about how they can better that point and better the ball.
And so much of the work for Vitelhainen is trying to build his team's confidence. I would think they would have actually, that would have been a confidence building set in many ways for China.
Yeah, and if you look at the stats, I mean, there's a couple of players, number 10 Xi and number 1 Wen had 7 and 5 points. They were scoring more than on Bulgaria's side. The top scorer there, Nikolov and Grosdanov, were both with 5 points. So that can be a confidence building set, or confidence building stat just in itself.
China going back to its starting line with Wen at opposite. Here comes the serve from Yu Huante, the 27-year-old outside hitter. And by the way, the starting setter for Bulgaria is Stoyal Palov, just as he was in the opening set, so Moni Nikolov on the bench.
And he's gone back exactly the way he went in the first set as well, establishing the middle early.
He does the serving now. Back row attack, too hot to handle from Team China.
We haven't seen a whole lot of backcourt attack from either of these two teams. They worked just there at the end with Nikolov on Bulgaria's side. I'd love to see China keep adding that and distributing that into their offense.
Here's the middle blocker, Li Hyongshen. He's got an ace already. He's got 8 on the season now. Wasn't all of it that Grosdanov got, but it was enough. One of the other things that Vitelhainen really has been wanting his team to do is to keep communicating. Okay, so you make a couple of bad plays, but you stay together, you stay connected, and you don't go into your own little silo. I mean, that's a danger for a lot of teams.
Yeah, especially a team on a losing streak, you can kind of get in yourself a little bit in your own head.
Asparu off, nice pickup by Zhu. And it is ripped off the block. The blocking party is maybe beginning for Bulgaria. We've seen it at times.
Great move there from Nikolov. He just gets over, low and tight, taking away a lot of space.
First official match, block point of the match for Alex Nikolov. Yu sets it up, and what a dig from Kolav. And he almost got another one, but Wen gets rewarded for a ripper from the right side.
Ball perfectly in the hands of the setter. That's when you're going to start to see the blocking kind of break down on Bulgaria's side. You can't be in 2 places at once, and the offense will just speed up on China's side.
Wen Zhihua. And almost, yeah, not almost, it is an ace.
This one not even full speed, kind of just drops in front of the libero. That's a concentration error, I believe.
See what he can do on the second one. Ozhilov bumps it up to the net, out of system attack from Nikolov. And this is going to be point China, so they are taking advantage of some opportunities that we maybe haven't seen throughout the week.
Yeah, starting with a serve that's making Bulgaria uncomfortable. It's not necessarily a high pressure serve in terms of speed and velocity, but it's making a move, making the setter move from the net as well.
Wen still serving. Good pickup that time from Bozhilov. Hammered off hands from Tatarov. That's going to score for Bulgaria. They needed that one.
Bozhilov finally able to answer the call in that first contact, and that's when Bulgaria can start to utilize those different zones of the net we talked about that time, going to the right side.
Grozdanov. Oh, just barely missed it. Ji Daosho, big high toss. Good pickup. Nikolov, it's recycled by Bulgaria. They come again on the other side, recycle again. Asparuov, interesting set. And that's going to score from Alex Nikolov.
I feel like what I'm noticing on Bulgaria's side is they're trying a few different players before they end up going to Nikolov. And we know he can end up one of their top scorers, but I think Bulgaria is trying to establish all those different pieces of the puzzle so the blockers don't start camping out on Nikolov.
Oh, that poor marker or highlighter or whatever. It's going to be done, going to be toast. Nice tip there by Hu Huantai. He's got great hops, so athletic.
Again, first contact makes all the difference. Look at the blockers completely biting with the middle. It's a one-on-one and a smaller blocker in Palev on the outside. That's easy pickings for China.
Here is Peng Shou-kyu. Tatarov ripping that one off Peng. The opposite getting involved for Bulgaria. Alexander Nikolov ready to serve. He's got 11 aces on the year. One more will time with his brother. China comes, gets blocked. Come again, solo block this time for Bulgaria. Here's Alex Nikolov, and he's got the point. You're right, go to a couple others, then go back to 23.
Yeah, especially after he's just defended. That's a beautiful move by Nikolov. Just kind of throws his hands up, defends his own face, basically, and then he's available to attack again. I like that setting choice by Palev.
Well, you can just see how high Hugh got up there to block. He only stands 1.86 meters, 6'1". Bulgaria goes through Asparov. Kept alive by Kolev. They come again through Asparov, this time down the line, and he scores it.
How about the range on Asparov? The repeat set, which is what Vital's talking about on the sideline there, but Asparov changing direction. He went cross the second time of asking, recognizes only one blocker's up, so that's a great time to go line.
And a timeout call for China. They're in the fight here, but they're down by 2.
He knows yeah, so that's what he said about.
I thought I heard Vital grab his setter over there, Yu, and say, hey, let's play your middle in front and you can open up behind. So I'm going to be watching for this distribution pattern on the offense of China. Often the middles are just used as decoys. Sometimes it's to actually get the set, but sometimes it's to throw the blockers off.
Alex Nikolov now leading the team in scoring with 8 points. Here he comes on the serve. And he's got 9 because he's got a ripper of an ace.
Look at the placement on it. Yes, speed, of course. Yes, of course, the hammer, the whip of an arm, but just in the corner.
Gee, I forgot that Moni had one earlier, so he still hasn't tied him. What a dig from Alex. Here's Asparuov. Good pick up from Chu. Scrambled up, scrambled over by Bulgaria. China comes again, back row attack, and it is, oh, it's gonna be a point here for Bulgaria because I think the Chinese player had reached over. China is celebrating a point right now, Team China is. Might even have been a net touch too.
My goodness, he was eager for that. I mean, rightfully so, you want to be aggressive as a middle, but Bulgaria were on the back foot. 2 defensive plays in a row. That was all China's point to win. So if they've given it up on a technicality like this, oh, that's a hard pill to swallow.
I mean, technicality, but you got to just be patient, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been seeing it so often.
Yeah, I guess by technicality, I don't mean that it was a silly call. Just more of a, yeah, they had the advantage. So they didn't have to do too much there. They didn't have to reach over. They could have easily just converted that into a free ball for themselves.
So does he reach over?
Yes. Oh.
So it was the final attack from Bulgaria.
Everybody on the court, the capital. This is the block, this is the block, and after the third hit, impossible to make a mistake. No, please, no discussion, Okay, sorry.
So the discussion is that was actually the third contact, so you're allowed to go over and block and be aggressive, and it's already the third contact.
Yeah, that was their attack. Yeah, that was their third attack.
Well, all right then. Good on China.
Nikolov took a little off it, picked up by the setter Yu, so he is out. Good pick up by Bozhelov. Nikolov with a 1-foot jump, couldn't finish quite on that one. Good scramble by both teams. Free ball chance, Bulgaria. Can they take advantage? Yes, they can. Asparuhov rips it off the block and out.
Great patience by Bulgaria. It felt as though China were just frustrating the Bulgarian side there a little bit. They had to try 2, 3, 4 times to get that done, and that's going to be the key as well. Not trying to finish it and secure the point immediately, but being patient and swinging when it's the right time.
Lingini keeps saying, talking to the referee, then he says, sorry. He's very polite. Yu sets it up for the back row attack of Xi, and he's got the end line just. Here comes Yu Hyun-tai, the 27-year-old outside hitter who has also played in Japan and in Qatar. Not a lot of the Chinese players have played elsewhere. Stoyl Pelov, starting setter tonight for Bulgaria, sends it deep. Good hands by Asparuhov, but China's gonna come again. Nice pick up on the worm play, I wanna call it, by Kolev. Tatarov couldn't finish. Another free ball chance, Bulgaria. Everybody available. They go with the middle. Couldn't finish. Another free ball coming. Better swing. Still kept up by Yu. Off hands. And the whistle finally goes. Net touch on Bulgaria on that crazy long rally.
Bulgaria just lost their patience there. They were done with that rally. After China defended 2, 3 times, they get a little tired at the net, and that's when the arms start flailing and the body control is not perfectly as it was.
Li Yongshen. Little confusion again, but a good play by Tatarov, who gets Bulgaria out of a little bit of a jam.
I like the way Tatarov swings. He's up in the air and he's almost looking at the hands of the blockers and making a decision. Kind of has that sort of extra second in the air, hangs and then swings.
It's gotta be so hard to do.
Yeah.
Sparuhov's serve is nicely handled, and that allows China to go through the middle and Peng.
Peng has a height advantage with pretty much anyone he's going to go up against. This time, though, he has to use the speed. Great ball in. The ball's almost a little low for him, so he has to bring it back down to the working playing field of the blockers, but I'd love to see him go up and get that earlier.
So the double switch for China. The new setter is Wang Hubin. Here comes his serve. This worked really well for China in the first set. Belov sets it up for Alex, who does the no-looky to score down the line.
We love the no-looky cookie. One blocker, I think, was up against him, and I like his decision-making here, is that he could have swung cross or line. He kind of waits for that ball to drift past the block.
Zdanov's serve taken well. Pop back up by Tatarov. The setter wanted that ball. Ended up being a messy play for Bulgaria, and China takes advantage of it. Peng again.
Gini just reminding his team, calm down. I like the work there by Palev. That's his ball. If he wants that ball, it's his. Everyone has to get out of the way.
At some point, though, aren't you better off to ask for help from someone in a better spot? I don't know. I guess that's what you all have to work out amongst your teammates, right?
And that's one of the difference with not having Mani on the floor as one of the starting setters. Those little bits of not knowing each other that well can show up bigger, be amplified in a match.
Georgi Tatarov took a little off that. And they go back to Ji Dao-shu. He makes no mistake from the pipe attack.
Perfect use of the pipe, and Peng has just been established just moments ago. He got a kill, so the blocker has to hang with him.
Huang Bin, best outside hitter in the Chinese League 2 years ago. So close to being a triple ace potentially, but not quite. So Peng comes back out of the game, and Huang Bin comes back out of the game. Nikolov serve, Chu takes it. Can they keep this alive? No, but the effort was full value from Yu Hyun-tai.
You love to see that from China. Those kind of hustle plays will turn into points eventually down the road. Watch this, he has to jump over the LED screens to try and get it done. Just a miscommunication there at the end, though.
Timeout China down by 4, set number 2.
I mean, the problem is, even if we defend good, we cannot really stop their attack. We have to be much more careful. Nikolov fastball is all the time line with their hands. That we can do. And number 3, no balls. No balls.
We had a chance to listen in there, and I love these mics that are in the coaches' huddles, because you really feel like you're there and you're understanding really specific advice there from Vital, saying, look, number 3's not going to get the ball. Petkov, don't worry about him. Focus on Nikolov.
Alex Nikolov right there. Puts pressure on China again. And it's the triple block with Petkov instead delivering the block.
Big pickup.
This time it is an ace from Alex Nikolov, his second of the game.
And keep an eye on the crowd, because they're doing what Poland loves to do, which is copying the referees' movements. I don't know how you copy that one, though. Ace serve.
Well, Alex Nikolov got a thumbs up from his coach, Chico Blangini, saying that's okay. He just gave us some dynamite serves. One error is all right. Jiang Chuan, the captain of Team China, the opposite, plays in Beijing. Nice high set for Asparuhov. I think that's how he likes it, because he delivers the goods.
Yeah, Asparuhov He's one of the more physical athletes on this Bulgarian side. He doesn't get quite as much ball as Nikolov. Not quite as tall, but he's efficient when he does get the ball.
Ilya Petkov started every game in the VNL for Bulgaria this year. Oh, nice little delay that almost worked for you. He might get another swing. This time he's shut down on the block by Grozdanov. A monster block.
China have gone away from their craftiness. We saw earlier on in the first set, a lot of tips, rolls, pushes into the hand, using the block. Now they've been blocked 2-3 times in this set because they haven't paid attention to what's in front of them. And Bulgaria are a strong blocking team.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a view on that. Petkov. Oh, nice! The parade of aces maybe beginning.
It feels like a response to what was said in the timeout there. Don't worry about the number 3. Maybe not an attack, but how about in the block and then in the ace as well?
Yeah, obviously he didn't hear that, but you never know. Maybe he's got a little earpiece. Oh, it's going to be scrambled over. Good job, Tatarov at the end. And eventually Jiang's going to score it.
China with a hill to climb here against Bulgaria, but it's 1 point at a time. Remember Vital Hainen talking about it in the pre-match. It's all about their attitude, all about playing every single point individually.
New player in the game, Jai Dijon, outside hitter. And that's going to miss long from Grozdanov, so 1 point at a time, Key, you said it.
I like that ball going to the middle. We haven't seen middle in a little while. I think Bulgaria can get that zone firing more.
Comes Jai again. And the block this time delivered by Rao Shuhan.
Huge difference maker as he jumps in the court. The height now in the middle. He's 2 meters and 5 as opposed to the middle. Lee, who was there just 2 meters earlier, but that felt like a zone that Bulgaria was utilizing. Now they can't.
Because, you know, with this, now number 9 is out. They have 2 towers in the middle, okay? It's not to play primo tempo with ball far from the net, but we must receive perfect the first one, okay? This is to be focused, okay? Precision in easy team, cover, set, easy reception, please, let's go. Variation short in one,
Yeah, Blengini kind of just echoing the same sentiment. Now that there's a taller middle blocker, and both the middles now, you want to go away from them, especially primo tempo, first tempo, a quick ball. Don't just feed it right into their hands.
All right, here comes number 14, Jai again. And it is just out. He really wanted that to be an ace. There's the setter for Bulgaria, the 22-year-old from Sofia, Bulgaria's team. And his name, by the way, is Pelov. He does the setting here for Asparuhov. And again, he goes to his man, and this time Asparuhov scores it.
Now Pelov with the repeat set again. First of all with the recycle, and he goes right back out there, and you see that the middle blocker, Rao, was jumping with Grozdanov.
Quick serve from the setter, Pelov. Big swing from the right sider, but Xiang misses everything.
Pelov just pressing China with speed there on his serve. Barely even waits for the whistle to be blown before he puts it over, and that forces them into an uncomfortable situation.
China asking for a challenge on block touch on that swing from Jiang Chuan. Otherwise, it's going to be set point Bulgaria, and they'll have 8 of them. Well, it'll be interesting to see if, I mean, I can't help but assume that Bulgaria is going to win this set, but who China uses in the third. We've just seen Jai Dejun come out, who's the best outside hitter in their Chinese league this past year. Maybe they give him a shot. All goes the way of Bulgaria as we thought it might. They have 8 set points. Stoyl Pelav. That time, oh, it's a back row attack, and it's stepping on the line by Jiang. That's how the set will end, with an attack line violation.
Well, that was a statement set by Bulgaria. They just squeaked out the first one, so you felt like there had to be a response one way or another in that second one. Either they get complacent and they think that they've won the match already, or they do that and say, no, you know what? We are here to win. We want to do it in 3. And that's how they finish that second set. Have a look at the stats. 4 aces, 3 blocks. Everything seemed to step up on Bulgaria's side. It was a much more well-rounded performance. Again, we're seeing a few different players get fed in the offense. Nikolov at the top there, Asparov as well as Grozdanov. And I like that the middle was working as well as the backcourt middle. So different areas of the zone firing.
So Bulgaria in line nicely here to try to take the victory, which would be their 5th of the Volleyball Nations League season, which would already be 2 more than they won last year in the 2024 VNL. But they had their eyes on trying to get into the final 8. Meanwhile, the head coach of Team Bulgaria has got to be feeling pretty good about the way his team is playing right now. Gian Lorenzo Blengini is standing by momentarily here, but not yet, as we look at a little celebration on the Team Bulgaria. And from the celebration to the head coach we go. Matt Prosser standing by with Blengini.
Coach, what is it that you like about your team's performance so far in this match?
We are performing with good concentration, but we must stay focused because every ball for us is important, and we must start the set with good, not only with good intention, with good intensity and constancy, because you see in the first set, for example, and they have less mistake, they play a lot, and we must think on our side to have our style of play and consistency.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Here's what Bulgaria have been doing in the serve, pretty much spreading it all around. I feel like this team has the green light to go aggressive. I don't know that they're necessarily targeting one player or one zone of the court. As you can see, it's completely spread out.
Well, it looks like the change that Bulgaria is going to make is they're going to have Rao Shu Han, the middle blocker, in. But they're going back to their outside hitters of Hugh and Xi. Meanwhile, Team China is ready with, or at least we're ready to speak with Team China's head coach, Vital Heinen, who's with Matt.
Okay, Coach Vital, can you share some of the messaging to your team over there? What are you guys talking about, and what adjustments do you need to make?
Well, I found us playing very good in the first set. Also, first part of the second, we were fighting very good. I mean, we have problem to stop their attack, who's physically very strong. But for a while, we were doing okay. So that's the only thing I'm asked. Try to defend, try to keep in the game, and somewhere I hope that their attack will go down. That's all. If they keep on attacking like they were attacking without one mistake in the second set till 20, it's difficult for us. So we wait, we try to wait and see if we can stay in.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Yep, he told us before the game he wants his team to fight until you cramp. But I understood there a little bit of a message as well about patience.
Yeah, and I think that's what he has to have with his team as well. It really is a process. With a lot of these VNL teams this year, they're new, fresh rosters, young players, and a lot of teams, you know, the USA included, expecting every big results, but at the same time, you've got young players out there that haven't played at this level or really aren't used to playing under these big lights and these big pressure. So it really is a chance to learn about your team and for each team and each player to grow in this sort of new Olympic cycle that we're in.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And he's missing some players with injury too. We know that Chung Jing-yin, who we mentioned in our flashback before the game a few years ago, 2 years ago against Bulgaria, had 29 points. Well, he's not available to China right now because of injury. And Vital Heinen says he's got a few players that are injured and not available, and that's really affecting his preparations. He's got to work with the crew that he has. Time to get going here for the third set in this battle between Bulgaria and China. The ball in the hands of Bulgaria's number 8, Asparuhov. Bulgaria in red, serving China in the light blue. Good take from Chu. The back row attack, nicely dug up, but it's out of system attack. Tatarov kept alive. No. The referee did not like the lift, the carry on Grozdanov, and he calls it.
And Blangini supporting the referee there, saying, don't discuss it. That was a lift. Let's move on.
Yeah, most volleyball aficionados would probably agree, don't you think?
Yeah.
Here's Yu. Got Bulgaria scrambling again, and oh my, Alex attacking at a system like that. Here's Xi, and shut down on the block. Tatarov and Grozdanov.
Beautiful response there from Bulgaria. They recognized early where that ball was going, and that's why you see the timing just perfect between the two blockers in red.
Captain Grozdanov. And good attempt there by Bulgaria to keep that ball up without a libero on the floor.
Yeah, no surprise that ball goes down the line after the middle serve. That's often a popular spot to put it.
Li Long-Yong-Zhen, ready to serve. Middle blocker. Out of system attack coming from the, Rao, the middle blocker, setting it for Xi, rips it.
I'm trying to figure out what went on with Tatarov there. He's creeping in. His middle blocker's saying, I'm going to block that. What are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, talk about out of system, out of sorts. They come right back to Petkov in the middle. And maybe that's just what the Bulgarian doctor ordered.
I like that choice from Palev. Again, you've seen the middle be effective at times, especially this push, even when he's going forward to overload it there.
Tatarov, again, a good take from Chu. Good pickup by Nikolov. He's going to get a swing at this, and he's got no touch, and he knows it, and it's a long out. Does lead the match in scoring with 12 points. No surprise there. Ooh. Good job by Kolev to dodge out of the way of his setter. He's going to set the ball himself now for Nikolov, who does get a touch this time around.
Again, the challenge for Bulgaria not to lose their patience. I think this is what China does really well to teams, is they start getting a couple of blocks, a couple of digs, and then a team that thinks, hey, we're supposed to win, gets a little bit impatient.
Xi goes hard cross court. Not sure if the block was slow in forming, but here is Xi. He leads China's scoring in the match. Palev tracks the ball down, Gives to Asparuov. He's shut down. The triple block all over it. Oh, they're going to call a net touch on China. See number... I don't know which number touched it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I definitely saw the net wiggling there. I like that setup by the blockers, but just slightly ill-disciplined at the end.
Ilya Petkov. That's going to create a joust at the net. Could pick up, but another chance for China to come with you. Goes to the left hand, decides to play that ball. He's going to get another crack at it. Nikolov with no approach, and he's got a touch, and he's got a point for Bulgaria.
How about that defensive effort from Petkov? Nikolov's the one to get the final point there, but 2 times in a row, Petkov had to keep the ball alive. And again, as a middle blocker, I always like to say middle's defense counts for 2, because not maybe on paper, but in momentum and energy of your team.
But how about having a guy like 23 on your team who can get you out of a jam and when there's not really a proper set and he just scores anyway. And then the block, there, you got points there from your middles. Grozdanov.
Grozdanov staying, recognizing that pipe coming.
Good start, guys, that's all. 开局非常好，没什么别的，开局非常好。还有，刚开局啊！来，调2个0，来出，再仔细点啊！
Interesting. He just encouraged them a little bit, said good start.
Well, it was a good start from China. They were leading just moments ago, had a 2-point lead. Bulgaria have gone on a bit of a sprint here.
And then he had a last-minute discussion with his setter, Yu Hiao Chen. Who has been China's setter in 8 of their 10 VNL matches. She should be 9 of 11 because we're into their 11th match. Rao Shuhan. He was hoping, he was really hoping, but it's too long.
Great positioning, even though this does drop just a couple of inches out. It's a good spot between 2 receivers.
Palev. And that is a mighty swing from Jiang Chuan.
China just going point for point, neck and neck here. I like the offensive mindset they have.
See if they can string together a few and build some confidence. Not if Alexander Nikolov keeps doing that. His game-leading 15th point.
We called it out in the beginning of the match. You cannot leave him alone. Even if he's backcourt, you see the blocker there, kind of taking a little step towards the other direction there, and Nikolov with a free net almost.
Asparuov. I mean, China's serve receive has been pretty good in this match. Face off.
And that's when any team is dangerous. If they can control that first contact, the blockers from Bulgaria, there's just too many options coming at them.
Yu. Oh, tough first ball. Bozhelov just going to bump it over. Here's a chance for China. Everybody available. They go with the back row, and Yu Huan-Tai gets it done.
Utilizing that backcourt that's been working well for China. Those blocking hands a little disciplined.
That was Yu. He's got 3 aces this VNL season. Off the top of the net. Quick serve set, that is, to Grozdanov, who rips it.
anytime Bulgaria can get Grozdanov involved, or either of the middles really, it's been working wonders because that rip of an arm is so quick.
It's a tough play there for Grozdanov, following it up with a service fault. And back we go to the other side for middle blocker Li Yongzhen. The one-hand set, popped back up again by Li, and we got a net touch. It was the setter's right shoulder that hit the net. Hugh. Oh, they're going to challenge it here.
Oh, it's actually pretty close. I'm not sure I saw the net wiggle at all. Vital trusting his player if he says he didn't touch it. Of course, Bolt 6 will have some extra cameras.
Yeah.
Not just that angle that we saw.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, I do like the idea of trusting your player. Showing that trust, that's important.
Yeah, and I don't think China, those players are not the style of player to say, no, 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 I didn't touch it, and really argue with the ref. They're quite clear.
Yeah.
Yes, I did, or no, I didn't.
But you don't always know if you did or not, especially when you like that play where you're kind of turning sideways and your uniform is part of your body.
Aha, the challenge was reaching beyond the net.
No, please. This is black or white.
So it wasn't net touch, it was for reaching beyond the net.
Okay. Well, a little confusion on that. Meanwhile, Tatarov ready to serve. 10-10 we sit. Set number 3. Back row attack, no touch on that swing from Yu. And Bulgaria back into the lead.
That swing's so flat. Tatarov had to do a matrix move to get out of the way.
Georgi Tatarov, the 22-year-old outside hitter. And Tatarov on the chase, couldn't quite get there.
He respectfully did not slam into the camera that was waiting on the other side. He was inches from getting it though. Still, I love this hustle.
That secondary camera is our Bolt 6 camera that helps figure out the lines and where the ball is in terms of the lines. Sometimes that gets bounced around and you'll quickly see one of the crew race down to put it back in the right spot. There comes Alexander Nikolov, his team up by 1. G, oh, good pickup. Nikolov goes with the tip, scrambled up by Chu. Free ball chance, Bulgaria. Pelov sets it up for Tatarov, who's shut down on the monster block by Rao.
Coach Blangini spoke about this. If you're gonna use that backcourt attack, if you're gonna use the pipe, you gotta turn it away from the middle blocker. Same thing if you're coming up through the center as a quick.
Yeah, at one point he called them the 2 towers.
Yeah, exactly.
And Nikolov knows how to tool a block, and that was a lesson right there.
Nikolov has such good court vision. He's up, looks for hands, waits for hands, and then targets them.
I'm pretty sure I just heard the Drunken Sailor song in here a second ago. I'm not really sure what their significance was of it, but Rao comes through in the middle to score a point.
Redkopf taking a little bit of heat off of it. That's when China's at their best.
Now serving now. Alex from the back row, and it's Shi who thought he had it. Points to himself, says I should have had it.
Yeah, the reception has gotten so much better on Bulgaria's side. They were at 32% positive in the first set. They're now at about 50%. They're able to use all their offense.
China loving the middles right now. Pelov sends it across. Asparuhov, good coverage by Bulgaria. Tatarov finds the deep corner to score.
Yet it's Nikolov getting all the hugs. Tatarov doing exactly what we've seen him do. Just stay that split second longer in the air.
Did Nikolov do the setting? That might have been an out-of-system play there, yeah. Two-point lead, timeout call for China.
And use Jiang more. We have to hope that Jiang is scoring. Use Jiang more and see if he's scoring. But we don't play bad, we play okay. You play pipe without block, we don't score, but what can I say?
It sounded as though Coach Heinen was asking for a little bit more offense out of Zhang. That's one of his go-to players often, but he only has 3 points in this match so far. And only...
Yeah, like he likes their effort and getting the balls up, but at some point somebody's got to finish the play. How about that? Oh, but still dug up and almost reached at by Asparuhov. The scorer's table was there.
And right on cue, that ball going exactly to his number 2.
All right, here's his number 7, Hu Yaochen. Asparuhov ripping that one from the opposite position to score. So Bulgaria's okay, I think, for side outs here for a while. China needs to get some break points when they get the ball back.
Oni just staying limber on the sidelines.
Asparuhov again to serve. Good job on serve receive again by China, and then Jiang Chuan answering the coach's message gets another point.
And I think that's a great choice to use him. Look at the blockers following that overload in the front. That's what's been used and been working for China, so fling that back, you know you're getting a one-on-one.
That is our third referee in the game, who is Stanislava Simic from Serbia, having a chat with Lengini. Unclear on what this one's about. No challenge as far as we know, although referees could have their own challenge. Sometimes they just want to get a better look at something.
Yeah, I'm struggling to remember what happened. I thought it was a swing from Zhang into the hands of the block. Ah, okay, so Bulgaria is challenging foot fault, maybe.
Okay, there it comes up. So center line fault. So we've got two different messaging going on. We've got a foot fault on our little tablets in front of us, and we've got center line fault on the screen. Could be the same thing.
I'm trying to think.
I've completely forgotten what the play was.
I don't even know where I am right now. I'm trying to think if Zhang is front court or back court. That would make a difference as to whether or not they're challenging some line fault. Well, China doesn't think so. They look pretty confident heading back to the service line with the ball. Again, I like the way China's been playing. They've been defending everything forcing Bulgaria to make different decisions and go around the block. We haven't seen as many tips and rolls. I think those were working for China as well in set number 1. They might go back to it.
I also want to see the crowd go back to mocking the referee.
Joining the referee, I'm mocking.
Okay, joining the referee.
Surely.
Not mocking, but kind of mocking.
Imitating.
Imitating. That's the finest form of flattery.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so all good for China. They're going to serve Hu Huan-tai. They're down only by a single point. 15 serving 16. And he's delivered an ace out of that lengthy break. Not easy to do.
And there's the difference. I feel as though earlier on in the set, there was a timeout called and Bulgaria missed their serves. China gets an ace out of the timeout. That's awesome.
See if he goes back at Alex Nikolov again. This time it's taken well by Bozhelov. And Nikolov goes with the tip. Could scramble, could get it over. Bulgaria in system, and when they do that and get it to Nikolov, he'll probably score, and he did.
Yeah, he probably will. Top scorer for this set for his side, and by a lot. He loves that ball just inside. He's kind of floating past the block on it.
Yeah, I feel like he can make a setter look good no matter where the ball is quite often. He's up there trying to, or at least his teammates are up there trying to block, but they can't quite get it. And nice ripper from Zhang.
It's the Zhang Nikolov show in this third set. Why not? If you're able to thread the needle like that, feed him all day long.
Here's Lee. Oh, and that did not feel good. Zhang was taking that Tatarov swing up high. Almost looked like it got him in the chin.
And it starts with a tactical serve on Nikolov. That means he's pretty much out of the offense. You get 2 blockers up on Tatarov. Still manages to find the angle.
Here comes Georgi Tatarov. Oh, what a sneaky one. The 6th ace of the game for Bulgaria.
Tactical serving from Bulgaria. Not a hard-driven ball, just a little soft rolling. That's the libero moving in the donut hole.
See if he can get that nice top spin on this one again. Goes with a more of a float hybrid, I think they call that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised because after an ace serve like that, you want to put pressure and force the other team to play. That wasn't a pressure serve.
No. I'm trying to remember which coach said to us this week, do the good serve and then bring your second serve not so hard. Don't bring the pressure. Kind of reminding his players mid-match.
I feel like it might have been Gerbic.
Might have been, yeah.
When they were playing against Cuba. Get one in, if you get the ace, then take some heat off it. Then you go hard again, but don't lose your own rhythm.
Yeah, it was Nikola Gerbic, you're right. Here's a man who can serve hard. Nikolov, a little too hard that time. He's gonna be stuck at 7 points for the set and 19 points for the match. He had 23 in their opening game, that 5-set battle against Cuba. This is the regular switch up that China has employed with Wang Bin coming into the game, and now a timeout called Bulgaria just as he's about ready to serve.
Attention, strong service and also short, 1-6-1, okay, left, competence, 6-1, and attention because they are taking a lot of net, okay? Defense and call strong in transition, okay? Now guys, target for service is number 6.
Magini doesn't look stressed, but again, Bulgaria want to finish this out in 3. They don't want to give up any unnecessary energy before they play Poland tomorrow. Saying, watch out, this is a tough serve, but look between zones 1 and 6 for this ball to go in that seam.
Here Here is Wang Bin. Let's see where he delivers this in that exact area. Handled by Bulgaria. They were ready. And then Petkov delivers through the middle.
Excellent tactical information given by the coach. So Bulgaria is able to handle it perfectly, and then they get their middle firing again.
Ilya Petkov. Oh, the solo block by Asparuov. And all of a sudden, Bulgaria is in the driver's seat by 3 points.
Huge break point, a one-on-one block. That's typically advantage to China's side. Asparuov doing good work for his team there. He's disciplined, he's low and tight, just straight over.
22-19, here comes Petkov. So they're almost doing the opposite.
Yeah.
good serve in and then coming really hard on the next one lately. Rao Shuhan, 28-year-old middle, one of the towers, as the coach said recently. And he's got that, but it's going to go out. Good effort, though, by Rao Shuhan, and his coach really liked it.
Yeah, effort was there, but you called it out a few moments ago. Nikolov, the kind of guy that doesn't need a perfect set. It doesn't have to be picture perfect and clean. He's just going for it every time. He has the confidence to do that.
And he doesn't even always need an approach.
Yeah.
Ball pushed over, free ball chance for Bulgaria to get match point. Not yet. The setting by Zhang, the swinging by Hugh. Scrambled to the net and over by China. Another chance, Bulgaria. There's match point. Nikolov, his 21st to the game, is a heater.
Even if you didn't know the ball was going there, you knew it was going there. The way that Nikolov's been playing, he has been the finisher for Bulgaria.
So now they have 4 chances to finish with set point. Ball in the hands of the setter, Pelov. And he too has gone a little long. It's a little bit contagious. Still set point, still match point. Substitutions for China. Into the game comes Wang Hubin. We know he's a good server. He does have 3 aces in the VNL. Just wants to put pressure on Bulgaria here. Not sure he did. And Grozdanov has missed it through the middle.
It's an interesting strategy. Palev understanding that Nikolov's going to have a double block on him wherever he is, trying to get the middle going, especially now that that smaller middle blocker's been brought back into the game on China's side. That's when you can go back to the middle.
Let's hear the tactical information this time.
Help, in particular, if the ball can touch the net, this kind of situation, okay? And cover, you know, I don't expect that attack is for sure down. You know that they defend and play, guys, this ball.
That's so important, not to expect that the ball is going to be down, not to expect to win the point easily. I think Bulgaria is going to have to dig deep. They cannot let China come back here. You don't want to fight for another set.
Wang Hubin and his team have other ideas. Pelov sets it up, and Tatarov is shut down. It is Lee over there doing the blocking, got some help. Zhang got all of it.
1-on-1. And that's 2 times now that somebody has been set that is not Nikolov, hasn't been able to get it done. My money's on this ball going to Nikolov.
All right, substitution. Atanasov comes into the game. Bulgaria only 1 match point left, and that's not going to score it. And it is 24-24. Look at the spirit, the energy on Team China. They're fighting back.
Exactly what Vital wanted, to just stay in the game, hang in there. They got a great touch on that Nikolov ball conversion.
Well, now they have match point again. Grozdanov gives it to them, but they're going to have to work for it. Good job by Huang Hu Bin, and now he heads to the bench, and back into set comes Yu Xiao Chen. China's got a real bounce in their step. Can they extend this match to 4? Here comes the serve from Asparuov. Good up from Chu. Yu blocked, and that's how it ends. A block point for Bulgaria. They take the match in a sweep, but they had to work for it in the end.
A little bit of a danger zone there for Bulgaria at the end of this set, but they had to dig deep. A few different players trying to get it done for Bulgaria, but ultimately the go-to guy, Nikolov, 10 points in this third.